All right, hello Aquarius. We're gonna do your next 48-hour reading. All right, so watch for your sun, moon, rising, Venus for the next 48 hours. Okay, please make sure to take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Make sure to like the video if you're in here, and if you would like a personal reading, make sure to check my bio or the description box underneath this video for information. Okay, personal readings are available anytime, so feel free to just read all of the information and then email me with your proper um, just follow the directions, okay, in the in my description box, okay, for all that. So let's hope your reading is not as freaky, scary as Capricorn, but let's see what's going on for Aquarius, okay? What's going on for, whoa, Aquarius for the next 48 hours? Let's see. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Sagittarius or you could be dealing with a Capricorn, honestly. Okay, so let's see. What's going on for my Aquarius placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the next 48? Some of you guys could be trying to balance out your money in the next 48 hours, okay? Some of you guys might be having something legal to deal with as well. I also am seeing somebody kind of like rush to like a courthouse or to take care of something legal, okay? Some of you guys might be needing to do something that has a deadline, okay, Aquarius? So I don't know what it is, but I see you rushing to go like pay a bill, pay a fee, pay a car note, car ticket, something like that, okay? I feel like you will make it in time, but I see you doing something like really last minute, okay? So I don't know if you didn't pay for something yet or not, but make sure to get it done, okay, sooner than later so that you're not rushing, okay, and stressed out. So let's see what's going on for my Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the next 48 hours. Yeah, I feel like you're waiting to the very last second. You could be oversleeping too. Some of you guys may oversleep in the next 48 hours and then you have to rush somewhere, okay? I feel like you have the money to pay for something. I feel like you're very stable, man or woman. You're very stable, but for some reason, something is late or about to be late financially, okay? So I feel like it's a bill. Someone's name could be Bill, okay? I also feel like if you go to pay something or whatever you end up having to owe money to, even if you're just at the store, I feel like something, whatever somebody's offering you, you're not going to be like happy with, okay? And somebody's going to be like, okay, well, here it is. Here's, what you asked for. And you're like, I don't really know if I like it. I don't know if I'm satisfied with this. Okay. So I don't know if you ordered something or pre ordered something, but you may, like when it comes in or when you go to pick it up, it could be food too. You may not be happy with like whatever item it is that you ordered or whatever food it is, take it out resonates. Even if it's a drink, it could be something, you know, drink wise, you're like, ugh, this does not taste good. Send it back, okay? So somebody also could be Italian. I'm seeing that scene from The Office where he's like, send it back. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, there's a lot of Capricorn energy here. Let's see what's going on for my Aquariuses. Some of you guys could be in a relationship or just hanging out in the house in the next 48 hours, okay? Or some of you guys are realizing you should just eat at home. Just eat at home. You got food at home, most likely, right? Even if it's not, restaurant food or whatever, you might be better off actually just saving your money and eating at home because I feel like you're not going to like whatever it is that you are purchasing, okay? Make sure to like the video if you're in here, please and thank you. Double tap the screen. What's the Empress here for Aquarius? I'm literally hearing like I could have done this shit myself. You know how people are like at restaurants or whatever, and they're like, I could have made this myself, or I could have, I could go behind the counter right now and, ring people up. Okay, something like that is going on. I don't know if there's a holdup on something. Okay, could be at an establishment where you're unhappy, like something is unsatisfactory. You know how they have the option to choose I liked it, I didn't like it, very unsatisfied or satisfied, something like that. You could be choosing, you could be leaving a review, okay? Especially if something really has you messed up. I feel like it's a service or some sort of item you bought or food you bought, okay? My nose is itching like crazy right now. Okay, let's see. What's going on for my Aquariuses? Yeah, you feel like you wasted your money on something. So hopefully you can get a refund. I feel like you will. Okay, we have the justice card here. So if you go to get a refund, even if you have to maybe act a little fool for it, okay? You will get a refund. You will get what you paid for back, okay? Or your money back. You may have to try a couple times though. Like I said, it may be a kind of like a struggle for you guys to get something. I don't know if you didn't keep your receipt or something like that. You need to make sure to keep all paperwork, any screenshots, okay? Save some sort of evidence that you paid for something already so that when you don't like it, you can go back and hopefully get a refund, right? Because usually at stores, they don't take stuff if you don't have a receipt. You're shit out of luck, at that point. So make sure to do that, okay? I want to say just in general, make sure to do that. Let's see. Why am I seeing you guys like at the store? There's your card, the star card reversed. Why am I seeing people at the store? Like in a grocery line, there's a holdup. Somebody's irritated. It's like could be like the Dollar Tree. It doesn't have to be. You know how at the Dollar Tree, it's like a thing where there's like only one cashier, right? Like fighting for their life up there, literally. I don't and they have like 5 lanes too. But then for some reason the Dollar Tree only has like you could be the cashier too. You might be working at somewhere where you're like one of the only cashiers. You're by yourself. Okay, or your coworkers could have left you to, finish a lot of work by yourself or take on a lot of work all at once by yourself. Okay, so I'm seeing something like that go on. I feel like it's because people are shitty workers or there's shitty workers around you, whether you're working for this establishment or not. You could be the customer. You could be realizing, oh my God, this is why I'm so unsatisfied, with this place because the workers don't even know how to do their job or something like that. They're being lazy. Okay, Page of Pentacles reversed. And the coworkers or the employees could have like an attitude too. So are you in some sort of like this reminds me of working at Golden Corral for a little bit. I worked there twice last year. Both times I left because I could not do it. I was not because I couldn't do it, but the environment was ghetto as fuck, okay? And the customers were rude. Just no. I'm not even that type of person. So it's giving that though, this is at work, Aquarius. Even if you work from home, this could be like your customers just being irritating, okay? Or someone who's coming to you for a service, or if you're going to somebody for a service, you might be like, I'm not happy with this. Like, can we do something about it? Like, I don't know if you need, I mean, if you can make accommodations or if they can make accommodations for you, do that, let them do it for you. Let them do what they can, okay? Um, I'm also thinking of something about like when I used to work at Luminati's in Chicago, the pizza place, there was always, I wasn't a cook there, I was the cashier there, but there was always complaints, and at the store I worked at. And but the thing is like my boss, Frank would always give out, a whole other new pizza, but he would have them like wait. So like the customers would be there. It would be awkward because I'd be standing up at the front, like, hi, um, while they wait for their fucked up pizza to be fixed. And then they also have to wait for a whole other pizza to be made. So he's going to give them 2 pizzas now, so they go home with 2 pizzas, but at the same time, their night's probably like fucked up because they had to wait, an extra damn near hour, to get their shit out and fixed and whatever. So That's what he could do. You know, that's his way of saying, I'm sorry, here's double. Okay, double of the right thing. You know, it's something like that going on. So I feel like I said, you will get justice for this. You will get some sort of refund or accommodation, okay, or even like a certificate. Um, but it's just, I feel like you're still gonna walk away feeling like, what the fuck? Okay, it's some sort of establishment. Yeah, look, Seven of Pentacles reversed. It's not worth it. Something wasn't worth it. Something took a long time just for it to be kind of lackluster. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So you'll have to take it how it resonates, you know, leave it if it doesn't. But let's get into the oracle portion for your next 48, Aqua. Let's see. And you know, even myself, I'm usually pretty understanding when it comes to customer service as someone who has worked in there for 7, 8 years, you know, since I was a teen and whatever. So I am understanding, but sometimes you do have to be a little bit more stern because some shit is just ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So some of you guys could be watching that show, Ridiculousness, okay? Well, let me see. Let me see. We're going to get into the oracle portion. Keep in mind, if you would like a personal, make sure to read my bio or the, what's it called? Description box, okay? My hand just kind of like ached for a little bit for a second. So I don't know, somebody could be like balling their fist, you know, like, you know how people do that when they're angry? They're like, okay, somebody could be like, get a move on, okay? Like, something's taking forever. All right, let's see. This could be like you waiting for your food while you're high as hell, okay, or something like that. And then you like lose your high, or not lose it, but your high kind of like goes out the door because you're irritated now. You know, you're like high, hungry, and tired times 10. Okay, something like that could be going on. Some of you guys might be just smoking in the next 48 hours. Okay, look, something. This is like a service getting fucked up, destroyed. Okay, someone's messing up someone's order. Someone got the wrong room, the wrong address. Okay, if you're getting a delivery or something, something is taking 10 times longer than it should have, you know, because of a shitty, I want to just say a shitty establishment, a shitty worker, shitty customers. Okay, it could even be the customer. You know, you got to flip it how you need to, because sometimes the customer is not always right. Okay, I always liked working at places where they're like, okay, well, if you're wrong, you're wrong. The customer's not always right, not at my establishment. Okay. I always liked the bosses and managers who stood up for their employees, you know, not especially when the employee was wrong as hell, you know. So some of you guys, if you are a boss or something or a manager, I feel like your employees fuck with you because you stand up for them. Or the people around you, you stand up for the people around you, especially when you know that somebody's wrong as hell. Okay. So I feel like you could be quick to cuss somebody out, okay? Even if you're a boss, a manager, or something, okay? If something's fucked up, even if the situation itself is fucked up, you're gonna say something. You're not afraid to, you know, correct it. So, you know, the customer is not always right in this situation, and I feel like you're saying something about it, okay? And like I said, even if you're the customer, take it how it resonates. Look, too hard, okay? This is like a I'm seeing a bakery. I just heard bakery. It's something to do with food. Why are we talking about food so much in the Aquarius reading? There's like a food service. Somebody could be pregnant and like hungry as fuck. You're irritating that pregnant woman, okay? Somebody's what's it called? Wife is like hungry as fuck and she's pregnant. So get a move on, okay? It's something like that. Anything else coming out for Aquarius? Look, somebody's like, it's an emergency. Literally says emergency. Like, my wife is hungry, okay? Or someone's hungry. You're hungry. Look, love story. This is like your partner or somebody's hangry. Okay. Anything else for Aquarius? I'm sorry your reading's kind of boring, but I feel like something is taking a long time. Something could be old by the time you like get it, which is so unfortunate. Or you feel like you got the bottom of the barrel. Okay. And if you're a worker, a manager or something at a workplace, make sure you're not giving somebody the scraps, like you know how at Chipotle, figuratively, like when they have the last bit of when you go there and they haven't switched out the pans yet and you get like the crunchy parts of the steak or whatever. Like I feel like somebody's trying to do that to like get something going, and then they're going to have to redo it anyways because they gave the customer like some crunchy ass food, some burnt shit at the bottom of the can or pan, okay, or bucket, whatever it is. I'm saying pickles for some reason. Somebody doesn't want that shit, or you don't want that shit, you know? This is like an establishment that needs to be looked at, okay? Or the workers are the reason why it's bad. I feel like if you have a partner, your person is like, they go hard for you, okay? Or if you have a partner in the future, your partner's, like I said, the type to stand up for you. Have you seen that meme where it's like Beyonce and Jay-Z and she's like standing in front of him and the caption's something like, he said he didn't want pickles on his burger or something, or he said no fucking onions, and she's like, gonna say something. So you could be, if you're the woman, you could be that way for your man too, especially if you're dealing with like a shy person, a shy man or something like that, or vice versa, either way. But I feel like somebody's standing up for their partner because that's what your baby wants, okay? That's what your boo wants, so they need to correct it, okay? I feel like if it was just you, you would be like, oh, it's fine, but this is a situation where this is my wife. You're not going to fuck up her fucking food, okay? I'm not saying say it like that, but you know what I'm saying, okay? Or this is my husband, or we're going to take our business elsewhere, okay? My wife is pregnant, or something like that. Somebody doesn't have to be pregnant literally, but figuratively, okay? Your partner is 10 toes down for you, okay? And I feel like you might be realizing that in the next 48. You're going to realize how hard somebody goes for you. Okay, especially when something goes wrong when it comes to your service. It could be you getting your hair done. I don't know why I'm giving so many examples, but some of you guys may need it because I usually wouldn't give this many examples, but some of you guys could be getting your hair done and you don't like your hair. So maybe you're too afraid to speak up to the stylist or whatever, but you text your man like, babe, I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh my God. Your man's going to say something to the hairstylist, okay? When he gets there, you might be like, oh my God, no, 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 but you're going to be glad they did. You're going to find it to be something attractive, okay? So it's something like that. Let's see. Yeah, you see this guy? He's like ready to fight. Okay, hopefully there's not an actual fight, but somebody, this is like your wife, your husband, man or woman, I don't know. Someone's willing to go to like damn near war for you, even over something really small. Or someone has a partner who does that type of thing. Okay, what you deem as like a no big deal type of situation, they're like, okay, no, 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 we're gonna go fix it. No, you need to learn how to speak up for yourself. Okay, it's something like that. I like people like that. I would rather have somebody like that, right, than somebody who just kind of sits there and lets things happen, you know? Picture somebody trying to jump you. Picture somebody trying to jump you and your man. Like if you're a woman, picture someone trying to jump you, right? And your man doesn't even try to break it up. He's like, "Damn, that's crazy. That's real fucked up, babe. I'm sorry." Huh? Like, yeah, don't let shit like that happen, okay? You need somebody who's gonna fight for you or at least try to break it up, okay? I don't know. So if you're unsatisfied in the next 48 Aquarius, you or your partner, you're gonna see how much they love you because they're gonna do something a little bit crazy, okay, for you over something. I want to say it's kind of small, but to your partner or to you, if it's happening to your partner, it's going to be something you're like, this could be like a date, okay? Something like that. But like I said, you're going to be happy with it overall. For some of you, somebody could be making like this could be like an engagement too. Like, no, I said no white on my flowers. Or my wife hates white. She doesn't want white flowers. I told you red. Why are there white flowers on this table? I specifically told y'all my wife hates the color white, or she hates white flowers. Somebody could be doing that for an engagement too. Like somebody wants something perfect. Okay? This is kind of cute, but I feel like somebody's partner is like ready to rumble over the smallest thing. But like I said, you want somebody like that. Okay? So that's good overall, right? But I do feel like some of you guys, if you are getting engaged, okay, somebody's gonna make sure everything's perfect, or you're doing this for somebody, okay, so that your wife can be happy as hell, okay? Because remember how I was saying my wife, my wife, my wife this whole reading. Somebody could be watching Borat, but that's crazy that this did come out towards the end, and someone is pregnant in this card. This lady is pregnant, so some of y'all, this is a marriage, okay? We did have the Four of Wands earlier. So that's what I got for y'all, okay? Take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. These are always predictions, okay? So watch the For You section of my channel. That is the algorithm part of the YouTube app. So that being said, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and we're going to go to Pisces. And then I think I skipped Gemini, honestly, but we might do them, okay? I technically did Gemini already in the all signs reading. I might do another all signs reading later today, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I think if I go live one more time right now, it'll be the third notification. So make sure to put the all, okay? Click all when turning on the notification bell so you can see when I go live every time, okay? With that being said, I'll see y'all later, okay? You guys have a good one. Bye.